Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy Festivus. Happy whatever holiday you may or may not be celebrating this week. Happy winter solstice. Did I say that already? I don't know, but you have reached and logged in and listened to your Sharp Squares podcast for week 17 of the 2025-26 season with Greg Roth. He's back, folks. And the ambassador, David Eby. This is yours truly, Eric Glazer. And we've got a lot of exciting content to share with you today. Last week, our Sharps were a very serviceable 24 and 21, 54.5% against the spread. Our metal games were 2-1. Our 3-2-1, which we are in them fighting to be in the money on. We're 2-1, 4 of 6 points. Our pick five somehow only managed 2 and 3. Sorry about that, folks. For the season, our Sharps are 49%. However, since we changed that algorithm after 3 weeks, our metal games are 18 and 14, 56.35%. Pick five, although only 500 for the season, 60% since the week 4 algo modification, and 3-2-1, 56.25% for the season, just under, a hair under 63% since the algo modification. So not bad, enough to be competitive. Guys, are we ready to go? I don't sense the energy here. Let's do it.
I've been ready for weeks.
All right. Back from College Station with a glow. Here we go. To provide you with, I'm going to call it an interesting selection of metal games, is everyone's favorite fellow degenerate. We have missed him terribly. The Greg Roth.
Eric, thank you so much, Ambassador. It's great to see you. It's great to be back after a couple of weeks off. I'm well rested, but yet the gold, silver, bronze segment you're asking me to do today is really too little for 2 weeks off. I need more action to provide the audience. There's only one metal game, just one. There were almost a few others, almost, but not quite. Let me run it down for you. There's no gold games. One metal game is silver. There's no bronze games, although maybe bonus, depending on how you look at it. There are 3 barely not bronze metal games. The silver game, the only metal game, the top game, the pick is the Carolina Panthers. They're plus 7.5. They're in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Rob Pizzola, Chris Raybon, and Gil Alexander all pick Carolina. There was dissent on the Seahawks from Cleve TA and Sharp or Square podcast. So, with just one metal game, what do? We go down the board. Our next highest rated games. In this particular case, some weeks the next highest rated games are distant, not even close to metal status. In this case, we had 3 of them that were, within a hair, within an algorithm movement away from being
within a tenth of a
tenth
point.
A tenth of a point.
Less than tenth of a point. All 3 of these games missed being up on the stand.
I even suggested, let's just call them bronze games. They're so close. And Eric, you said no, just to be disclosed. I would have moved forward with that. But you were pure to the audience, said no, we're going to report the news. These are almost bronze, but they are a little short.
In the spirit of reporting to news, I do want to make one slight modification. The Panthers are home. They are hosting the Seahawks at plus 7.5.
I was thinking that as I was I'm a little rusty on my pre-production.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what's the line against Seattle? I was thinking it must plus, because Carolina is hot, right? I mean, there's...
Yeah, it is unusual, but...
it's a big line. It's a big home line for a team that's won a lot of the games.
We'll hear more about it after the dismissal, so...
Not only do we have 3 games that just miss medal status as bronze, but those 3 games were very closely ranked together. So let me run them down for you. technically the next highest rated game was the Las Vegas Raiders. They're -1.5. They're hosting the New York Giants. RJ Bell, Stuckey, Sharper Square Podcast all picked the Raiders. Todd Wishnev did pick the Giants in dissent. The next barely not bronze game that picks the Los Angeles Chargers. They're -1.5, also at home, welcoming the Houston Texas. Marty Herney, Gil Alexander, Will Capper, Cleve TA all picked the Chargers. Chris Raybon, Sharper Square, disagreed and took Houston. The third barely not bronze game to pick is the Cincinnati Bengals. They're -7, welcoming the Arizona Cardinals. Rob Pizzola, Sharper Square Podcast picked Cincinnati. Nobody picked the Cardinals. So you have the Panthers at +7.5 at silver. You have the Raiders at -1.5, the Chargers -1.5, and the Bengals -7, barely not bronze. And we're going to throw in a fifth game for you because we have 5 picks. The fifth highest rated game, it's the 49ers. They're -3. They're hosting the Chicago Bears. That's a good game this week. Gil Alexander, Todd Wishnev picked San Francisco. Sharper Square Podcast did take the Bears. So to round out the pick 5, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Bengals, and 49ers. Panthers is the only medal game at silver for 3-2-1. We just went the 3 highest ranked games. 3-point games to Panthers, 2-point games to Raiders, 1-point games to Chargers. So there you go.
There you have it. We're going to do handicapping highlights from 3 of those games, as well as some trends if you want to stick around. But that's all you are looking for, and you want to get back to your family. You are now all dismissed. And we got some trends. Trends are back this week. Don't ask Greg. Trends are back this week. Why don't we do it, Ambassador? Stars off.
You want me to start?
Is that? Oh, I'm supposed to
change. You want to change?
No. Pre-production is, we do it for a reason. Here we go. My bad. Yes, I'm the one that leads pre-production and made the assignment, and I screwed that up. From Evan Abram of the Action Network. Fade the need. Since 1990, eliminated teams that are playing teams that need to win over the final 2 weeks of the season have gone 108, 69, and 4 against the spread. That is, for those of you in Pittsfield, 61% against the number. For week 17 this season, we've got the following matchups that fit this trend. The Vikings versus Detroit, that already happened. Browns versus Pittsburgh.
And was accurate.
Browns versus Pittsburgh, and the Dolphins versus the Bucks. One more little tidbit from Evan Abram of the Action Network. Aaron Rodgers goes low. History is here. The over-under for the Steelers and Browns this week is down to 33.5. And Aaron Rodgers, 276 career starts. This would be his lowest total in any game. He has won all 3 of his lowest total starts outright, historically going, and the over's gone 2-1 in those games. Take it for what it is worth.
Now we will go to some Bet Labs trends. You can find Bet Labs at bet_labs on Twitter. Since 2003, when 2 teams on losing streaks of 3 or more games play, the underdog has gone 80, 56, and 1 against the spread. That's 59%. And in games where both teams have lost 5 or more games in a row, the dog is 12-4 ATS. And this week, both of those trends apply to the Raiders and the Giants.
That's good for us.
No, it's not good for us. That trend should be on the Giants.
Yeah, you have to hold your nose and bet on the Giants.
By the way, both the Raiders and the Giants have both lost 9 straight games each.
Oof, wow. I mean, this is next level stuff. Damn, that sucks. That's a big game for us. We're going to have to make some, we're going to have to talk offline.
Next, Patriots versus teams with a losing record this year are 9-0 straight up and 7-2 ATS. Patriots are playing the Jets this week. Jets are 3-12. The line is Patriots -13.5. And finally, the Buccaneers have lost 7 straight games against the spread. And they're playing the Dolphins this week, where the Buccaneers are favored by 5.5.
Our one and only medal game, the Panthers +7.5. First handicapping category. Seahawks are running hot, but the margin is unsustainable. Chris Raybon, Gil Alexander, and Rob Pizzola all independently note that Seattle's recent success has come via late game variance, not consistent dominance. Rob Pizzola explicitly states that Seattle is being priced at the top of its range, not at its true level. Second reason to take the Panthers. Carolina has quietly been competent at home as an underdog. Multiple shows have emphasized situational competence, not overall record. Raybon and Stuckey note Carolina has played materially better at home and shown an ability to hang around and win outright as a dog. The Panthers are framed as mispriced due to season-long perceptions, not current performance. I have to agree with that because I still kind of frame them as the Panthers and not their current performance. So they're talking to me and probably the two of you. Third area and reason to take the Panthers. Winning by margin is hard in this game profile. Rob Pizzola states flatly that in the modern NFL, winning by margin on the road is difficult, especially for teams not built to dominate. Gil Alexander agrees, saying that plus 7.5 is too many points in a game expected to feature a short field, volatility, and limited separation. Disagreeing with all of the above is Simon Hunter from Sharper Square. He argues that Seattle's defense travels, Carolina's defense is inconsistent, and Sam Darnold's ATS profile as a favorite is 9-3 ATS as a favorite of 6+ and 12-0 straight up. Timestamps for this game: Action Network, 50 minutes, 40 seconds. Beating the Book, 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 20 seconds. Forward Progress, 4 minutes, 26 seconds. And you could also check out the Sharper Square podcast. We do not have an exact timestamp for you there.
Our first barely not bronze game is Texas versus the Chargers. The pick is Chargers -1.5. The first handicapping theme: Houston's offense is trending the wrong way late season. Deep Dive notes Houston's offense has materially regressed over the last several weeks, exhibiting protection issues, fewer explosive plays, and increased dependence on short fields. Drew Dinsick says that Houston is not currently playing like a playoff caliber offense, regardless of their season-long metrics. Theme number 2, the Chargers' defensive structure is a poor matchup for Houston. The Chargers' defense is described as disciplined, sound on early downs, effective at eliminating chunk plays. Rob Pizzola highlights that Houston struggles when defenses take away explosive passing concepts, which the Chargers very might well do. And the third theme, Chargers' stability advantage in close games. The Chargers are framed as more stable at quarterback and better at executing in short spread games. In near pick'em spots, several analysts note a preference for the team with cleaner game management and fewer self-inflicted mistakes. One dissenting opinion: he's on the Houston Texans, and that is Chris Raybon from the Action Network. His case centers on Houston's defensive talent, which is abundant, the Chargers' limited offensive ceiling, and trust in Houston's ability to win tight games. Timestamps: Deep Dive, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. GM Shuffle, 48 minutes, 49 seconds. Beating the Book, 44 minutes and 20 seconds. And Action Network, 19 minutes and 51 seconds.
Third handicapping highlight game, another barely not bronze game, actually the fourth highest rated game in the system. The Bengals are the pick. They're -7 hosting the Cardinals. First handicapping thing of this game: in Arizona injury avalanche. Cincinnati can separate by margin. That's the theme. Forward Progress cites Cardinals injuries as compounding weekly in the defensive line room, secondary room, and wide receiver room, with the situation called an unmitigated disaster. Walter Nolan's loss specifically flagged as a major defensive blow for Arizona. Chalky but correct is the talent gap plus matchup edge versus Arizona defense. That's the other theme. Sharper Square frames it as chalky, but the right side leaning on the Bengals, improving weekly. Their offensive line, Burrow's back. The defense, Arizona's been failing in good number spots, according to that podcast. And Burrow carving up Arizona's defense if the Bengals show up, which I guess their motivation is questioned, but that's what they expect. Deep Dive supports the same game script via offensive angle. Cardinals depleted defensively, plus Bengals offense is fully functional with expectation of late Bengals support in the market. Timestamps, forward progress 16 minutes, 59 seconds. Deep Dive 42 minutes, 22 seconds.
All right. Good job, everyone. Thanks to our production team. Again, happy holidays to everyone. And as a reminder, none of us are truly sharp, but this is your Sharp Squares podcast.
Merry Christmas. Good luck out there.